you have there is the recipe from my old cookbook. I have in my bowl the required amount of sugar and 2 eggs. Once again, it's all about the butter. This is a double recipe I'm making, and it takes a full cup of butter. Needs to be softened first, so I usually just do it in the microwave. So now with the softened butter added to the eggs and the sugar, you cream it. If you're lucky enough to have a KitchenAid, you're lucky. Almond flavoring is absolutely important. You can't put vanilla in like the recipe calls for because they won't be Christmas cookies. So I like to put it in now. Just some, you know, plenty. Make it super fluffy. Now this is super fluffy. Doubling requires 5 cups of flour. I usually don't put it all in at once though. Let's just say we'll put in 4 to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I mix in the salt with it. Teaspoon of salt, boop, add it in with the flour, and that's it. Mix it up. Start on slow, it's gonna go everywhere. Woo. Add in a little bit more, but do not over mix. It will make your dough tough. Like the dough. Okay, so this is just right. The instructions call for chilling the dough, but I don't know, I never have time for that. So you can see it's rather gooey. That's okay, because what we'll do, I'm gonna put flour on here and kind of do this to keep it from being too sticky. We're just gonna make them anyway. Back and forth. Don't want to work the dough too much because then it gets tough. Because it's so melty yet. Ooh. Very soft. Might have chilled it for a little bit. Another key is don't make it too thin. We're gonna do Christmas trees because it's more efficient right now, okay? A lot of times if you do it right, you just pop it right on the pan. See how nice and thick that is? You don't want it skinny. It's gotta be fat. Whoops. Sometimes they do that, so you just go, oh well. You can see I'm leaving, there's a lot of flour sitting around, but that's okay. It won't hurt them any. Oops. These are gonna be very soft cookies because they're not chilled. They don't always come up with the cookie cutter, so you just use the spatula to put them on the pan. Then you scoop up what's left and you mix it with another lump of the fresh stuff, which is, like I said, a little bit gooey. It's gonna make them really soft though. What we're ending up doing is adding flour in this process. Unused dough together with some of the new stuff and just kind of, you don't want to overwork it. So you just want to kind of mash it together, make it all one thing. Put a little more flour down. They're going to do the same thing all over again. Down in the flour, pat it out, turn it over so you get more flour on it, because that's what keeps it from sticking. A little bit of rolling, not too much. That's enough. Ooh, this is a fat guy. You can't guarantee uniformity. Some of them are going to be skinnier, some are going to be fatter. It's okay. This guy skinny. This guy fat. Well, the oven's ready. Put one pan in, but never put two pans in on different levels. They won't brown right. One pan. Set the timer for 9 minutes and check them. Hey Siri. I give him another minute. Okay, so that was 10 minutes. Seems to be about right. So they're not really brown on the bottom or brown on the top. They're just kind of done. They're just right. You don't want to overcook them or undercook them. I think 10 minutes generally is about right. The not fun part. I found that using this to scrape up the flour works better than a washcloth. You can also get it in the crack of the table where all those years of cookie dough has gone before. So now they're all baked, all those little Christmas trees, but I'm always way too tired to put the frosting on, so we're just gonna let them cool and frost them tomorrow. One big bag of powdered sugar. If you wanna I made double batch of cookies, gotta make sure you have enough. And one stick of softened butter. Then again with the vanilla flavoring. Pure, not imitation. No, I meant almond. It has to be almond, not vanilla. Just put some in, lots, because we like it. Then milk. This is the tricky part. If you make it too runny, it doesn't work. So you have to be very sparing and do it a little bit at a time. There's very little milk in there. See what you got first. Add a little milk. Speed up the temperature a little bit. Whoops. How thick that is. Because you want it to sit on the cookie. I might add a little teeny bit more milk, but not much. If it's runny, it just runs off the cookie and doesn't sit on it. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more, not much. See that? Just a little bit. Thick and creamy. So it doesn't fall off the cookie. Now you gotta taste it to see if it's just right. A little bit more milk, just a little. Not much. Consistency, thick. Okay, buttercream icing. You might have noticed I made all Christmas trees. I'm making these and I want them to be kind of uniform, so I didn't put any food coloring in. They're all gonna be white Christmas trees. See that? Fluffy, not running off the edges, thick on a thick, fat cookie. And then you do like 3 cookies and then you gotta do the sprinkles before it gets too hard. Yum. See, a fat cookie with fat icing on the top. That's what makes them so good. By the way, if you decide to use food coloring, remember that it adds liquid. And so you're going to have to make your frosting a little bit stiffer to accommodate that extra liquid. We have to go to a party in about like 45 minutes, and so in order to get the frosting to set so I can take it, the best way to do that is put it in the freezer for like 10-15 minutes.